this is Sam back with my first August creative team video, and I thought I'd do a layout today, and of course I'm popping a wax seal on it. This is one of the camera ones that I did a little while ago, but I thought I would use some of Sarah's dies and stamps. Sorry, I had to think what I was going to use then. It's been a long day. So I thought I would use them. And I'd do an A4 layout. Now, I've prepped it all. I've just got to put it all together. So I thought I would do more of a process video again this time than anything else. So I've cut some white thick cardstock down to A5 size, which is 8¼ inches this way and 11¾ inches that way, just in case you don't know the sizes. And I did the packaging technique, smushing on the Distress Oxide tumbled glass. I just really love the dioxide inks. They just smush so nice. And if you've not done the smushing technique before, which I'm sure you all have, there are videos on YouTube if you look up packaging technique. So I'm going to use this photo, and I'm using Shamel Lane's Reasons to Smile collection, which is quite apt for this photo actually. My dad was quite poorly at the beginning of the year and sadly passed away in May. And in the midst of all that chaos, my husband got made redundant, which, as you can imagine, added to the stress levels. But 2 weeks later, he got a new job, which greatly reduced the stress levels. And this was our celebration meal out to celebrate him getting a new job and for getting it so quickly. So that's sort of a bit of a background to why I'm using this collection and that photo. And I thought I would mix it in with Julie's monthly challenge, which is a big title. So I've done this. Now I've used, let's see if I've got them out. I have. Haha. So I used Ellie Studio Star Jane alphabet stamp, and this is the one with the stars on it. It comes with stars and hearts. I've got both, but I wanted to use the star one as it's more of a celebration thing. So they're the stamps I used, and I've just stamped them out onto A4 I can't get my words out tonight, sorry, onto white cardstock, and then I've just used a glitter spritz just to paint them and give them a little bit of colour. I didn't want them to have too much colour, and I did ponder whether to leave them white, but I think if I left them white they'd look a bit stark, so I just used a very light grey to paint the letters in, and I think that counts as a big title. Well, I hope so anyway, but that's what I'm going to use. So right, I'm going to do the background. So I'm going to use one of Sarah's script clear stamps, and I think I might use the middle one because it's quite swirly. So let me just get this out. Sorry, I should have got this out beforehand. Not much prep has been allowed today. So I'm going to use the middle one, and I'm going to pop it on thing. Now I'm going to use the prize ribbon Distress Oxide to do the stamping, because it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty close to the background paper that I'm using on my photo. So I'm just going to stamp that out. Or you could use the tumbled glass and do a tone on tone stamp, but I just want something, just because my layout's quite blue and that, I just want something to pop. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push it. I'm not even going to worry too much about whether it comes out or not, and I'm going to do a couple of pushes, so you get one that's quite dark and one that's not as dark. And I'm just going to ink that up slightly again, and again, not being too fussy, but I'm just going to stamp that at the bottom there. Then I know a lot of people say that you shouldn't use wet wipes on your stamps, your clear stamps, or any stamp actually. But to be honest with you, I've been using stamps and baby wipes together for quite a few years now. And I think you're fine to use a baby wipe as long as you then peel the stamp off of your block and leave it to dry, like air dry, so you don't put it away wet, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to pop that there and just leave that out to dry. So what am I going to do now? I think I'm going to, another tip, don't put your baby wipe onto your cardstock because it makes your cardstock all soggy. Which I'm quite good at doing, I have to admit. Now I've got some strips here that I'm going to put down the middle. Oh gosh, let me move that out of the way for a minute. And I'm going to layer them up sort of like this. Okay. And then I'm going to use one of Sarah's dies, which is the thin sort of notepaper hole die. Now it's not quite long enough, so what I've done is I've just cut it out using my Sizzix, and I'm just cut it in the middle, and I'm just going to split it. So I'm just gonna, if I can, just pop that up there. I think that would look all right. Just gives it a bit of colour both sides without it being the same. So let me get these stuck down. So I'll just do, strip up that side, and I'm just gonna, God, I'm losing everything. So you might have to be a bit patient with me because I'm dropping and not sticking things right at all, which is not like me. Right, okay, so let's get this one down. So there, I'm gonna stick that like so, and I'm going to take that quite over that side. So now I'm going to get my wet glue, which is the Nouveau with the very thin tip on it, which I absolutely love actually. So I use this quite a lot for very thin bits. It's really good. Oops, if it comes out, that is. Let me just, there you go. It's coming out slowly but surely. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue just on that edge. I'm not worried about sticking it all down, and I'm not even worried about getting this completely straight or completely under this, or in fact sticking it right to the bottom. So when I stick it down, that's what that's going to look like. Okay, and I'll do the same with the other bit, just a thin bit of glue just on the edge. That is taking a lot of squeezing to get that out tonight. Okay, and then I'm just gonna just sort of measure that up. Put that there. So again, let's just double check that when I stick that down. Yay, that's exactly what I wanted it to look like. And it doesn't matter that I've got a gap in the middle because my photo is going to go over it, so you won't see it, which is great. Right, now to get this stuck down, so let's just move that out of the way. Oop, there you go. And I'm going to just do a couple of strips down this, well, more than a couple of strips, because if you've watched many of my videos, you know that I really don't like things falling apart. So, which is a little bit of a pet hate of mine. And it thoroughly annoys me that I've got a layout hanging in a frame in my living room and a bit has fallen down. And it's been like that for ages now, so I'm not gonna Gonna fix it now. So you'll see that I've got to cut a bit off the top because obviously this is 12 by 12 paper, but my paper is only 11 3/4. So I'm just going to use a pair of scissors and cut that off. Now they're my glue scissors, so like the things that I don't really want to use my nice paper scissors for, they're the ones I use. So, okay, now I'm going to put the photo down. So I need my dots. God, you can really see I'm not organised tonight at all. So where are they? Here they are. I'm going to use these ones. So I'm going to use that one. No. I've got bits and pieces, I think, that I'm going to use on the back of this one, on the back of my photo. So I'm just going to peel all that off. Just talk amongst yourselves while I'm doing this. Why is it when you're doing something like this, there's one bit that won't come off? Okay, and then I'm just going to cut this in half. So this is the surround of the foam dots. And I used to, not thinking, many years ago, I used to throw this bit away until a friend of mine was like, why are you throwing it away? You can use it. And when I looked at it, I was like, oh yeah, of course you can. So that's what I'm doing. So sometimes it takes somebody else to tell you something that you can't see yourself. So I'm just going to stick that down. Not like that. Okay, and just take this all off. Make sure I've got it all off, because sometimes when you've cut this thin, it breaks and doesn't all come off, and then you wonder why your photo won't stick to your layout. So let's put that there. I'm going to do that. And then my title is going to go straight underneath, and I'm going to just overlap it a little bit. So this time I'm going to use the dot. No, there's too much there, isn't there? Just to use the dots. So again, I'm gonna use up a couple of these scrappy bits that I've got. So again, just peel the back off. That's always going to happen. Put that there, and then I'm going to use the dots for the other bit. Now, I don't know about you, but I go over the top with dots. I perhaps put too many on at once. So again, it's this whole I don't like things falling apart thing that's coming up to bite me, I think. So it's fine though, I can cope with that. So dots just on the end bit. This is where it gets tricky, because this bit gets a bit thin and then you can see your dots, but I think we'll be all right with those. Okay, so again, just take that off and stick it down, I think. And these never come off either when you want them to. So, I'm glad I didn't go really mad with these. There you go. Right. Now I'm just going to pop that just a little bit over the top. Not a huge amount, but just a little bit. There we go. So I've got that. Now I've used another one of Sarah's dies, the tag one, which I really love. I think that's really nice, and I use this quite a lot. And I thought, well, I don't really know what I thought I'd do with this. So you'll you'll discover this about me, that my layouts are never planned. I know some people are really good at planning their layouts. I don't like that. And they've got like a notebook or something that they draw them all out in. Oh, I like that there actually. Oh, I like that there as well. Okay, so yeah, I know some people have got notebooks and they draw these amazing sketches out to follow, and as much as I admire it and as much as I've tried it, I just can't do it. I think I'm a fly by the seat of the pants type of girl rather than a sort of well, I am not organised in my daily life, but I think when it comes to scrapbooking, it is just a fly by the seat of my pants. So around this time, just to give it a bit of definition, I'm going to use tumble glass, and I'm just going to put a bit of light ink around it, not too much, but just enough to give it a little bit of definition, because obviously the colour's not exactly the same as my paper for my tag, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so that's a little bit there, that's fine. And then I'm gonna stick that down. So just let me just put a bit of glue on the back of this. Then do that. And I'm just going to tuck it under there. Now my camera, I think I'm going to put there, but I've got a 1.5 inch scallop circle punch, and I've got a bit of the same colour paper that I've backed my photo onto. And I'm just going to cut that out. And I'm going to use my stick everything glue, as my husband likes to call it. And I'm going to just put a bit of glue on there. Put that on there, which is a lovely size for the wax seal. I can't not put a wax seal on this. Done. I love my wax seals, as you all know, and I will be revisiting some techniques in videos that we've done before. So right, I'm going to, ooh, look, I've got some bigger circles. I'm going to pop this down with a couple of circle pads. So yes, as I was saying, I am going to go back and revisit some techniques we've done before. So I'm going to do the marbling. I'm going to do the technique on like to get the round circle rather than it all jiggedy jaggedy. So just bear with me while I do that. Okay. Oh, I'm liking that. And just to make it a little bit more sparkly, I've cut out the glitter heart from one of the tags in the Reasons to Smile collection, and I'm gonna use my bigger dots and just stick that down as well. And I'm just going to take those off, and I'm just going to stick that there and just make that a little bit. So now I'm going to use some of the stickers from the Reasons to Smile pack. If you remember, I bought the oh, what's it called, the pad, and it's got, like, as well as papers, it's got stickers and it's got an alpha in it as well. So I'm going to use the Reasons to Smile, and I'm actually going to put it under the Celebrate. So it's Celebrate Reasons to Smile, which at that time in our lives we needed a reason to smile. So I think that is very appropriate. And it's nice because I now feel comfortable scrapbooking that picture and telling people about it, which I'm really proud of. Yeah, it's been a tough few months. Anyway, get back to my layout now. What else am I going to do? Ooh. So, again, using the stickers, I've got a little heart and star that I think I'm just going to pop up there. It doesn't matter that the star's orange. I quite like the contrast. What else am I going to do? What else am I going to do? I don't really know. I don't think there's anything else stickery wise that I want to use. So no, I think that is, apart from the journaling, that is the layout put together. I've used one of Sarah's border dies. I've used her tag die. Obviously I've added in a wax seal and some Ellie Studio stamps that I bought from Sarah, and Sarah's own background stamps. I hope you enjoyed the video and me muttering on to myself, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.